Hide from the wind, run from the water. So if you're
Yes.
on a coastal community, listen to the government officials. What else can people do to prepare for hurricane season this year?
Yeah, I mean, people can just have a plan in place. Just know what they're going to do. Are you going to if a hurricane is on your doorstep? Where are you going to move to? If you're told to evacuate, are you going to go stay with family in a different part of the state? Are you going to, be with friends in, a more inland community? Because essentially, you don't have to evacuate all that far. We just want people to get away from the ocean. So even if you move inland by 20 miles, that can be more than enough to keep you safe. Of course, you don't want to be driving around in the hurricane. You want to avoid flooded roadways and stuff like that. However, but we just want people to get away from the coast, as that is the deadliest area where you can be. Move away from the coast and get to a sturdy shelter somewhere inland. If you have family that live, a few hundred miles inland and you're comfortable making the drive, by all means go for it. But you really don't have to go all that far. We just want people to move away from the ocean.
Move away from the ocean. So that makes me wonder about August vacations on the coast, on the ocean. For folks who may not have planned their summer 2024 travel, is your recommendation go west or, don't travel up and down the East Coast because it's going to be a decently bad hurricane season?
I mean, I don't think people should cancel their plans, but I think people should just be aware of what's going on and that it could be a busy season. They offer some travel companies. They offer travel insurance that could potentially reimburse you in the sense that, let's say you're taking a cruise and it misses some ports because of inclement weather. There are some agencies that offer kind of insurance to kind of get your money back or get a portion of your money back if a hurricane or something threatens your weather. So that might be something to consider. But no, I don't think people should just outright cancel their plans. It's not the end of the world. Just want to be aware of what's going on and just get out. We still want people to go out and enjoy their summer as best that they can, but just pay a little bit extra attention, I think, to the forecasts this summer, as it could be a more active year than what is typical.
So, a more active hurricane season, and in the meantime, record rainfall in Florida, and we saw extreme heat in the southwest parts of the U.S. last week. You alluded to the warming of the ocean and how deep that is. So, broadly speaking, how responsible is climate change for what we are seeing right now and will see this summer?
I think it does play some role. We are seeing warming oceans. I mean, that's just, what we've been seeing here over the last 50 years or so. Like I said, 2023 broke the record for the warmest Atlantic temperatures on record. 2024 might rival or even beat 2023. So we are seeing a steady climb in the amount of ocean heat that is in the oceans. And as we go forward, it's likely to continue, I would think, that we're going to see warmer and warmer ocean temperatures overall. And that can lead to stronger systems. The big thing that we're going to have to watch out for is rapid intensification. That's kind of the thing that, is correlated to these warmer ocean waters. Where systems can just blow up really, really quickly, can go from a tropical storm to a hurricane or even a major hurricane in a very short window of time. I think as we move into the future, we may see that happen more frequently, these rapid intensifications. But there actually is research out there that is showing that with a warming planet, we may actually not see more storms overall because of what we call wind shear. A warmer planet may actually impose more wind shear across the Atlantic basin, which essentially is a change in wind direction and wind speed with height as you go up into the atmosphere. And the best way I like to explain wind shear to people is if you think of a stack of pancakes, you want your stack of pancakes to stand nice and vertically tall. You don't want it flopping over onto the floor. Now, tropical systems are very similar in the fact that they like their cloud tops to just grow straight up into the atmosphere. So when there's a lot of conflicting winds, essentially, winds moving at different directions, can essentially knock over that stack of pancakes. And so if you don't want to see a lot of tropical systems, you actually want a lot of wind shear across the Atlantic basin because it can essentially, hold back development. Now, there has been some research being shown that as we enter a more warming planet, there might actually be more bouts essentially of more wind shear across the basin, which actually might keep kind of the numbers of tropical systems from, we might not see like 30 or 40, we might, keep around average or maybe a little bit above average. However, a warming planet is more of a concern for rapid intensification. So we may not see more storms, but the storms we do see might be stronger and might intensify quicker.